It is a happy homecoming for the BYU Cougars. The Cougs rolled to a big lead in the first half and held on in the second half to defeat Texas Tech 27-14 here in Provo. Cosmo leading the Cougars onto the field at LaVell Edwards Stadium for the first time in 22 days. And BYU was ready to strike on its opening drive. Keaton Slovis finds Chase Roberts to christen the newly painted blue end zone. Touchdown BYU, 7-0 Cougs. Later in the quarter, same score, a second consecutive botched handoff by the Red Raiders leads to trouble, and eventually Eddie Heckard finds the bouncing pot of gold in the end zone. It's 14-0 BYU, and the fans are loving it. But in the second quarter, Texas Tech showed life. Jake Strawn finds a streaking Xavier White right down the middle, and White is gone for a 72-yard Red Raider touchdown, cutting the deficit to 14-7. BYU's response, though, came from Darius Lassiter on the ensuing drive. Slovis lobs it up to Lassiter, who makes an incredible one-handed grab. How incredible, you ask? He snatches it Odell style for 32 yards on a highlight reel play. So naturally, Lassiter finished the drive too. Slovis is on target to Lassiter, who celebrates with the gritty, then tells the BYU faithful to stay loud because the Cougs are feasting on the Red Raiders. On defense, Eddie Heckard scored the fumble recovery touchdown earlier, but he wasn't satisfied with that. He gets the pick off the deflection. That would lead to a field goal and a 24-7 lead going into halftime as the party is on in Provo with the Cougs in control in front of another terrific atmosphere at BYU. Texas Tech would score one touchdown to draw closer in the fourth, but that's all the Red Raiders would get. The fifth and final Cougs takeaway of the night is an interception for Ethan Slade, and BYU holds on for a 27-14 win on homecoming. Here's BYU head coach Kalani Sitake.
I think we did enough to win the game. I think we had it too dramatic at the end. We had some opportunities to make plays, and I thought whenever you force, how many turnovers? Was it 5 turnovers, right? And we're able to get out of a couple fourth downs. That's a good sign. But I keep thinking about the plays that we left on the field. The guys' effort and their resilience, especially on defense, allowed us to get this win. Still a lot of room for improvement in all 3 phases. But yeah, we'll take the win, we'll build on it, and then look forward to playing our best next week when we get to Austin, Texas.
It's a big win for the Cougs because they are now just one win away from bowl eligibility at 5-2 this season. They are also 2-2 so far in the Big 12 in their inaugural campaign in the conference. But conference play heats up next week because BYU faces its first top 10 opponent of the season, the Texas Longhorns, in Austin next Saturday. Reporting from LaVell Edwards Stadium in Provo, Utah, I'm Sports Director Eric Moon.